Welcome, this is Nathan and welcome back to another video. Today we're continuing to look at a scenario where civilization restarts, episode 14 I think we're on. Jeez, I don't know where this series has gone. It's nearly at the same match as the first, well actually no. But anyway, continue on from the last video, I'm actually going to mention this, we had the discovery in the beginning of the colonization of America. And we might see some more countries begin to head over here as they get interested. And one of these areas in particular hasn't had, I don't think, any movement in this entire series, other than when these countries are set up and when this one fell from Purple Team. Not Purple Team, I mean Green Team. The Purple Team doesn't exist. The Purple Team used to be over here, but they're in this, whatever this mess is, I don't know. This is such a weird clash of colours. You got blue, red, I guess, green, black, brown, blue, another blue, yellow, another yellow, red, pink, a red, another, like, teal bluish, and this one. That's a, like, really big mix, and I have plans for this area, because I think it is probably the most divided area in the series. Other than these two, I think everyone else is quite divided. If you can't tell, these are two most stable in, like, this area. Well, actually, that'll probably go to the yellow team down here. They're one of my favourites. Anyway, let's straight away begin with America. The Cyan team will be heading over to America. I think everyone saw this coming if you watched the last video. The Cyan team is another massive power in Europe. And the influence they hold is not as strong as the Chocolate team, but it's still strong enough to where they are able to set over here. But I think they are way strong enough to get over here. And they will be setting up a colony around here. Now, the Chocolate team knows of the Cyan team's entrance into America, but to be honest, these two are actually quite friendly. They don't have any, like, negatives on each other. While this is happening, we see more and more colonization of Scandinavia. And in fact, almost the entire thing of Scandinavia is taken over. All of that is taken over. But we have a little situation happening with the Green team. They want to take over the rest of the land that's north of them. But see, they're very large. And if you don't know, if you're not strong and you have a lot of land, you might collapse. And I think that's obvious for a lot of countries. The Orange team wasn't that. The Orange team was strong, but they didn't keep their land together, so they popped like a balloon. And the Cyan and Chocolate team are keeping everything together, and the same goes for the Green team. But this lime green team up here is going to experience a collapse. The government gets all corrupted in the next coming few months, as this land they want to take over kind of gets ignored, and we see two new countries form out of them. So as we can see, two new countries break out from the Limish team, and they will form their new countries. But before that, this new brown country up here, who is stable enough, will finish what this lime team wants to do, and will take over the rest of Scandinavia. Officially, technically, if you want to say it, finishing off Europe being colonized. This is North America. I don't want to hear it. I know that this could be classed as not colonized, but just be quiet. Anyway, their capitals will be here and here. So, two new countries in Europe, and I think I kind of need to make more countries in Europe, because Europe is very... In this time, when this was like after the Holy Roman Empire collapsed, there was like a million countries here, but I can't exactly do that, because I don't think there's enough colours for that. Anyway, we have yet another country sailing over to the New World. I guess this is New World at this point. And this will be our good old Burgundy team down here. They have not made a move for ages, but they will be going over and colonizing Puerto Rico and Hispaniola. They don't really move after that. They know Cuba and Jamaica exist, but they're kind of extracting the chocolate team will expand on its colony. So the chocolate team will now expand on its colony, going this way up. And we see yet another country sell seas to make it over here to the New World. That will be this blue team right here. Again, these guys have not made a move. And they will be setting up a colony right here in Florida. Now this blue team and the chocolate team are very like relaxed. They don't hate each other. So these are all on friendly relate. The chocolate team is kind of a really light country. Totally not because the chocolate team is like probably my favourite country on this map. I don't know, that might actually go to the turquoise team. I really like turquoise team. I don't know. Yeah, I've seen comments of like the favourites, and I think the chocolate team is up there. So this is what the Americas is looking like right now. And these are kind of I would say the older countries that could actually colonize the New World. I don't see there being any more countries that would be stable enough to do so. I guess if you want to argue, this country right here could, but I say not. Brittany could. I don't think Brittany could ever. There are outside countries that want to get in on this. I think we know which ones. The two big powers of Asia, the blue team and the turquoise team. They would love to get a bite of this, but they can't. So instead, the turquoise team will go somewhere else. Sadly, the blue team can't. I mean, there's Taiwan, but they're not bothered. They've usually just got naval access, so they're kind of still learning. But the turquoise team, being the biggest power in the world, kind of can do what they want. And with the knowledge of Indonesia, they want to set up a new area. And this is something to do with the trade routes. Trade routes haven't been built on much because everyone's focused on New World. So nobody's really expanded the trade routes. And there's a lot of new countries which need the trade routes, kind of. I wouldn't say really need them, but of course, I don't know what I'm saying. But the turquoise team is interested in going down here. Because this could have profit from them. And also they have the idea of colonizing land around here. Because eventually Africa will be colonized. Yes, there will be a strand water of Africa. And people will have to go through here, and if they have to, they'll stop in Madagascar or Mozambique. So they're not going to actually focus on... They're going to focus on this one first. I was going to say the wrong thing. So, the turquoise team will take over the remainder of this peninsula. And also take over a chunk of Sumatra. I think that's the name of it. And they will begin readying up to take over some land over here. But that might be next episode or near the end of this episode, because it's not like they need to do it right now. This was more important to them. Anyway, the brown team's collapsing. Yeah, this brown team, I've noticed, is very large, and if you think of that, that doesn't make any sense, because this is large. I know I said the turquoise team is supplying them, but the turquoise team has stopped supplying them. This turquoise team is going more for the influence instead of just having allies, which could be a dumb idea, we don't know. But the brown team, without the help of their big fella, the turquoise team, they're gonna explode. So let's take a look at that. So in the end, we see a new orange team break away from the brown team, and the green team gets land up here from Vietnam one day. So let's give this country its capital, and we got a new country over here in East Asia, which looks kind of nice, not gonna lie. Anyway, moving back over to the New World, people are moving quick. If you can't tell already, this is becoming very popular now, the New World. The Sign team will expand out on its colony, like, really big, taking over all of this area, which has provinces Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Prince Edward Island, I think. No, I think that is right. By the way, South America isn't known about yet, so don't expect that yet. I don't see any more countries going over here again. That's just, I don't, maybe this pukey colour, I don't know. I'm not calling this the puke team. Hey, look, guys, I know I call the chocolate team, but it's because they look like milk chocolate. I'm not calling this the puke team, that's just gross. Speaking of Africa, we haven't seen Africa have a move for a while, so let's see that. Let's make a story. I've had this idea for a while now. One of these countries is gonna have a group of people set out to colonize land in Africa, because it's very, empty. And this will come from this purple team right here. And yes, these guys are making the journey through the Saharan. Well, they think they are, but they don't all die. So we see a new one set out, which goes through the blue team and stays around here. And we see this colony set up right here in what I would call, like, I don't know what this area is called. But this sets up around where the land starts to get nice again. I wouldn't say it's still Saharan. But this is where they set up. And this immediately begins to get quite big, as there is a lot of unknown resources here. And we see probably the furthest away colony for, like, one of these outside countries other than maybe turquoise. Anyway, I said it in the past video, and it's gonna happen. The blue team over here is invading this green team. I've leaked it for a while now, and it's happening. So, blue team just enter into this country and just kill it. I'm sorry, if you're a fan of this country and we're rooting for it, it doesn't exist anymore. Now, this is aggressive. This is aggression, and this blue team is starting to grow to look like a power. But see, issue is, there's nothing these guys can do to stop this. Other than maybe the yellow team, I would say all these countries are actually too weak. This red team got invaded by the blue team and is still recovering from that war. I'm not even joking. The cyanish team up here is still quite new. And this green team has been kind of neutral. They've had a lot of close calls, like the red team almost invading them. Luckily that kind of failed and ended up with the red team falling. Gonna put this up here. Anyway, more colonization going on in Central Asia. If you can't tell, everyone kind of wants Central Asia filled in. This violet team will move into Central Asia, and I'm gonna also fill that in because that's annoying. So the violet team will move down to Central Asia, taking over land, but because of the Himalayas and the Gobi Desert, the countries just don't have the stuff to be taking over this land and, like, using it for resources. This blue team, however, will move in pretty far, but eventually they have to stop before they explode for, like, the 15th time in this series. I think, no, like, the second time. I don't know why it does this. It's kind of annoying. But this chunk of land right here is gonna have something happen to it. A group of settlers from the turquoise team decide that they want to start fresh. They want to start somewhere else and not be part of the turquoise team. They think of the turquoise team as a greedy country who is just trying to get influence, which, if you want to know what that looks like, something like this so far. Yeah, that's mad. And they still want more. But this country is going to move out from the turquoise team and set up a new country right here. So let's take a look at that. So, this brand new country will set up right here and set the capital there. The turquoise team doesn't care about this. But the rest of Central Asia can't be taken over. Nobody wants to take it over. Anyway, to this red team, they expand their country out to the blue team, to the yellow team's border. And that's going to be it for them, because they are too weak to make any other moves. Anyway, back to the New World to finish off the video. One final country we send up a colony. And surprisingly enough, make you guess, because there's only 3 that could take over this land. If you said either one of these 2, you were completely wrong. It's the Shadow team. Yeah, I feel like I'm underestimating some of these countries. I don't really know if I'm underestimating this one, because it's literally just kind of glacier in real life. But we see the yellow team set out, and it's the first one to set up a colony over here in South America. I almost got the name there. Oh, that was me trying to fill in Trinidad and Tobago. And this immediately begins to expand out, as they are the first African team to colonize land. But after a while, they stop. But that's gonna do it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.